the entire road is completely deserted of any police checkpoint. You can see on Mondays, these markets are completely shut down because of the fear of the known, which is the insecurity.
We are determined to fight criminality and ensure that Anambra becomes the safest state in Nigeria. Hey, BG! Who say man not there? They will know that man there. Don't worry. We are coming. We are coming with determined and structured force. Even if we have to declare the place a war zone, we are coming with a war plan and we must defeat them.
And only nine on our gallant men of the Agone Chamber, the hard ready. On your own, I go to the part of the job. I am a young Anambra. If you see something, say something.
Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. I still remain Asuchinadu Peters, and we are back on Matters Arising. Tonight, we are continuing in war against insecurity in Anambra State. And for the benefit of those who did not join us yesterday, we will start from the situation of things as it were before the launch of Operation Udog Achi by the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo. Following the outrage, the outcry, and the breaking point of insecurity in Nigeria, he responded through his latest launch. We are going to dissect all of that and also profile our own opinion as to way forward how this operation could be successful and not go the other way around it. So let us begin from what we showed last night for the benefit of those who didn't join us. The situation of things like every Monday, as it were, which I recorded some weeks ago. Let's get to it. I'll be right back. Okay, this is me driving all the way from Akokwa, Imo State, into Anambra State through Uga. All right, and as you can see, the roads are clear. The work on the road is ongoing. Very, very few vehicular movement on the road because it is Monday. So I drove all the way down to Uga Junction. As you can see, there was no single police checkpoint or any police stopover anywhere. So entering Ezinifite Road up towards Ibuku, the entire road is completely deserted of any police checkpoint. You can see on Mondays, these markets are completely shut down because of the fear of the known, which is the insecurity. All right, now we move all the way, drive straight down to Ibuku. All right, there is no single police checkpoint in this stretch of the road. Getting to Ibuku, there is a popular police checkpoint where you can see several tents they set up at the middle of the road for their normal business. You can see, coming to this place, I said to myself, definitely the police will be here because of the activity is heavy here. But getting to this place, looking through their tents, not even a single soul of a security personnel is stationed there, not even one of them. So everyone plying this road, to them, is a relief at this moment, knowing fully well that they can drive through this place without being held up in traffic caused by these police personnel. Okay? But the fear of insecurity grips. Now, driving through Nobi towards Adane River, that is a very dangerous place. This road is very dangerous and notorious for killing of people and victims of kidnap. Getting to this point towards Mbo, not even a single police checkpoint. Okay, I drove all the way through Mpo, Umoji, getting to the Mpo Junction, where we can visibly see some, vehicular movements and all of that. I decided to drive through the new pass. You can see all the gates are under lock and keys because it is Monday, sit at home. But why won't people be afraid, knowing fully well that even the police personnel, they are all sitting at home. Their business of checkpoint, we are stored. Now, I drove through towards Osamala. So, getting to this very place, the police, this is a police station, they have their own checkpoint right in front of the police station, but you can see even the police lock up their shop, lock up their station in obedience to the sit at home. Then who am I? This is all about the local government I'm talking about, all right? Through this road down to Samala, not even a single checkpoint that I met. Only one place that I saw, I must mention it, where they stationed some Navy officers. Honestly. So now, this is the situation of things before now. Every Monday, the atmosphere across Igbo land, as you saw, I drove from Imo State down to Osamala community in Obaru local government. The tension is high. The fear, you can feel it. You can touch it. And from the whole thing, you can see the security lapses, which those who have been carrying out nefarious activities, hiding under the cover of Biafra, have taken that day as free day because of the security lapses, which we can observe from this video. We are going to address that in the course of this program. But let us look at Soludo's response to this menace of kidnapping and all manner of violent criminal activities happening in Anambra State, with the launch of Udog Achi. Let's take a look at that, and when we come back, we'll open up the lines and have your opinion as to how this whole thing could be carried out and the result recorded. We want this very operation to be successful for the benefit of Igbo generally, and we encourage other Igbo governors to beef up, to synergize their security operations for a better, sustainable, and peaceful Igbo land. Let's get to that video. When we come back, we'll open up the lines and take your calls.
We are determined to fight criminality and ensure that Anambra becomes the safest state in Nigeria.
ABG! Who say man not there? They will know that man there. Don't worry.
We are coming. We are coming with determined and structured force. Even if we have to declare the place a war zone, we are coming with a war plan, and we must defeat them. We must rid them of the place.
Happy Sunday to everybody. Everybody knock it out on Isiago, getting all Casa local government area. And then a babu, the Operation Udog Achi, the security outfit Anambra State. I am here on the authority of the governor of Anambra State, Governor Charles Soludo. I never ka anyị gosi na ihe gọvanọ anyị kwuru ka a na-eme, na gọvanọ anyị vitamin ịfụ na Anambra ga-adịrịrị mma, na gọvanọ anyị kwuru na achọrọzi kidnapping, armed robbery, drug, mmadụ ikwu okwu ha drug, illicit drugs na ihe ndị ọzọ niile, ma ndị na-eme fake dibia, fake oke ite na all these things, ihe niile a na-achọrọzi ya na Anambra. And ofu ihe mee anyị ji nọrọ ebe a today unu n'anya ebe anyị nọ n'isi agụ, ụlọ ndị a unu ga-afụ ebe a, compound a bụ ebe ndị kidnappers na-eyi, ebe ha debere onye ha na ndị ha kidnapụrụ ekidnap. Ndị Udo ga-achị enwetagokwanụ ụfọdụ n'ime ndị ahụ mara nkata ọjọọ Anambra State, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme kidnapping, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme ihe dị na drugs, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme ihe niile a iwu Anambra machiri, na the person have for free to go that property to Anambra State. So ebe a compound na-aba dịkọtara ọnụ, ụlọ na-aba dịkọtara ọnụ, this wall kewara ha abụgo property Anambra State government, maka ihi na compound na-aba ka a nọ wee na-eme kidnapping, na-edebe ndị na-ekidnap ya. And dịka ndị ejidere ejide si kọwa, and dịka onye ofu n'ime ndị victims edebere ebe a si kọwa, na landlord nwe ụlọ ma na-eme ya bụ ihe, na landlord nwe ụlọ bịa wee na-eme ya. Ya bụ landlord anweghị ka o si rịpọtụrụ igwe na-achị obodo, onwe ka o si rịpọtụrụ PG obodo, onwere ka o si rịpọtụrụ lokal gọọmenti chairman na ndị ọrụ ya, onwekwa ka o si rịpọtụrụ gọọmenti na gọvanọ Anambra Steeti, nke kọnfam na ya bụ landlord ma ihe a na-eme and o kwetara na ya. So ihe niile gbasara ihe ga-eji prove ebe a na-eme kidnapping ha ncha zuru oke. And nnekwu anya na kọmpand a ka a fụkwuru mask a kịta, amongst other things enwetagoro before now. Ya bụ mask ha dofu ihe ndị ha ji ekpuchi iru ha wee na-eje ya bụ kidnapping n'ime ofu rooms dị ebe a ka afụkwara ya tata, in addition to other things enwetagoro enweta. And as I said earlier, na ụfọdụ ndị aka ha na ya bụ kidnapping na-enwetagokwa ha nọ na custody already. So anyị bịara today dịka gọvanọ Anambra si nye ikike ka anyị bịa take ya possession of property Anambra State gọọmenti nwezi ebe a ndị nwe ya, maka ihe na ha ama ihe eji eme, maka ihe nọkwa n'ime ha dị involved, ha forfeit go the properties to gọọmenti Anambra. Warning na anyị na-enye ebe na Anambra State gọọmenti dị serious. Onye ọbụla n'ebe ọ nọ, ọ bụ n'ụlọ ka ị nwere, jisi ike kaba arụ na-echeki ndị tenancy gị ka edishọn na ihe tenancy gị na-eme. Ọ bụ na ihe tenancy gị na-eme edoro gị anya, a report to appropriate authorities. If you fail to report, achọpụtakwu ya ịma na aka gị dị na ya. Onye ọbụla mara onye bụ nnepụ ya, mara ihe nnepụ ya na-eme. And dịka gọvanọ anyị promise yesterday na inwe ike ịgbara Anambra State gọọmenti ama gbasara onye na-eme kidnapping, na-enwere ụgwọ a ga-enye gị, nke gọvanọ kwuru no depend na caliber and category of onye i mere na ka ejidebe onye na-eme ihe ọjọọ. Onye i nyere useful information a ga-eji nweta ya, na onye ahụ nwere ihe nrite up to 5 million naira n'isi okwu onye ọbụla inweta. So o nwerozi ihe stọpụrụ onye be anyị ọbụla inye information, including na information i nyere dị safe with us, na o nwero ka a ga-esi ama onye nyere the information na ọsọsọ anyị bụ ihe ga-ama. So anyị na-ayọ ndị Anambra biko, iwu bụ na udo ga-achị na Anambra, na operation udo ga-achị ka anyị nọ ya. And unu na-anyụ na-afụ na ndị ọrụ anyị gallant men of the Agụna Echemba na ha dị ready, onye ọbụla adịgo prepared to the job. Anyị na-ayọ ndị Anambra, if you see something, say something.
All right, that is it. By now, I believe you must have gotten the picture of the entire situation. You've seen the launch of Operation Udog and the result that is already yielding so far. Just Tonight on this live interactive section is Ndubisi and Enugu, the Ambassador General of GGM. He's already joining us virtually, and we'll bring him on board straight on. Ndubisi, good evening. You're welcome to today's Matters Horizon. Can you check your mic? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. While they're trying to sort his mic. Check your mic. I think while we wait on that to be fixed, I hope you can hear me, yeah? Can you hear me? Okay, but I cannot hear you. But no problem. While we wait on that, I want to inform you that this is a live interactive section. You can call the lines on the screen, +2348104545533. I think the studio should bring that up. The numbers is not showing up there. So the numbers to call is +2348104545533. That's the number to call to to join this live interactive section while we look out for Ndubisi's line that just is having problem with audio. Okay, now from what we've got there, you can see that the situation report regarding what it were and this kind of security system we have. They knew that Mondays are always, a day where most of these activities happen. I say most of them happen, okay? And we expect the security operatives to be in the high spirit, to be on the lead. Like they will always say in their statement, we are on top of the situation. We expect them to be on top of the situation and not hiding under the bushel, under the table. Every Monday, the people look out for to see an atmosphere of confidence from the government to show leadership. But what had been in the past is a situation where all the police checkpoints, when I was taking up that movement from Akokwa to Onitsha down to Osamala community, you can see the situation is the same. The shops from the villages are all locked up, even in Onitsha. The major markets, new past markets, as you can see there, they are all locked up. Why? Because people could not see any sign of government effort to protect them if they venture to step out. Look at most of the checkpoints. Even police station was locked with lock and keys. Look at this, it's a police station. The gates are locked. The checkpoint in front of there deserted. In fact, it was like a ghost town. Now tell me the kind of confidence you'll be building in the hearts of the people seeing all of these things. It doesn't make sense. That's why it is difficult for people to believe the government when they give them directives, especially on Mondays. So now that Soludo has, launched this operation Udog Achi, using the vigilante mostly, which I applaud personally. And some people have also shown concern with respect to if the Nigerian security architecture, talking about army especially, and the police force will be part of this operation. I say to the best of my knowledge, I may be wrong, but from what we've seen so far, they are Anambra vigilante group, AVG. Anambra vigilante groups are men and women of the Anambra State who are keeping watch over communities in Anambra State, all through. Every community have their own AVG, and they make up the Anambra AVG. And I hope I'm not mistaken, because that is the case. There is no town that do not have this AVG. So the AVG are the ones who are in this operation. They know the nooks and crannies of the entire society. And it is very important we understand that. And everybody should know it's easier for people to interact with their community, with their omonna, who is a member of the AVG, to give the person a kind of report. They know the nooks and crannies of the community. So there is no place in any community that they shouldn't be aware that such activities are happening. Because during the time that they were making the display of the place they found at Ishiago in Oka, you can see the AVGs are there. And there is no way such activity will be happening in such place that the community or people around will not know. But for the fact that people do not trust going to the police most times to make this report, because so because of that apprehension, many people have shielded from giving any information. And the directive of the government is very clear that if your property is being used for any of these activities and you did not report, and they get to find out what is happening here, demolition is what will happen to your property, and the government will take over it. So that is the situation of things. And it is my pleasure. I think NDBC is back again. Let us bring him on. While we are on this discussion, you are free to call the numbers on the screen, +2348104545533, or you send us a message on WhatsApp, or even call us through WhatsApp as well. We are going to take your call. It is my pleasure to welcome NDBC. NDBC is the Ambassador General of GGM. NDBC, good evening and welcome to tonight's Matters Arising.
Yeah, good evening, Chinedu, and good evening to our dear people, wherever you are in the world. Chinedu, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly well. Continue.
All right, thank you. Greetings to everybody. Chinedu, thank you for this discussion, the security situation in Southeast, with Anambra State in mind. Insecurity is everywhere in Nigeria. Insecurity is everywhere in Southeast. But because we are based and we operate in Anambra State, covering Southeast Nigeria and by extension, the whole of Africa, because the message of good governance cuts across in the entire Africa. And like we've always said, democracy is the people and for the people. The minimum expectation from democracy is to make the people happy, is to create an enabling environment that will make the ordinary people survive and take care of the rich, because the rich can always take care of themselves, But in any environment where human beings interact, where trade, exchange hands, people are expected to follow certain rule or order in order to create an environment, a favorable environment where the rich, the poor, the middle class will feel comfortable interacting. The situation we have in Anambra State of recent times calls for concern, public concern. This is a situation whereby criminals are allowed to operate without fear, without being afraid of the government sector. This is a place where kidnappers hit in the evening or come out in the evening as a hustle and pick anybody they desire without government intervention or intervention coming from security agencies. The last that happened is when a reverend father was kidnapped. Though his two sisters were kidnapped without anybody hearing that the kidnapped victims have been restored by government. The last that happened has something to do with Ebemonso. Ebemonso was directly involved that he was forced to negotiate with the kidnappers. And at the end of the day, according to Ebemonso, he had to call a sister state who used technology to track the location of those kidnappers, indicating that Anambra State, under the leadership of Professor Charles Soludo, did not do anything or was handicapped to address the situation. That was the height of it. That was public outcry. People started talking. And today, we are discussing about Udog Achi, Operation Udog Achi in Anambra State. From good governance point of view, we applaud Professor Chukwuma Soludo for coming up with this security outfit. Some of us, like myself, said it's coming too late because I had expected that to happen within the first few months of his administration, to use technology and use Ndị Anambra, genuine Ndị Anambra who meant well for the state. Soludo cannot say that he didn't know people who meant well, who are ready to serve public interest with passion, without fear of favor. He cannot tell me that in all the locations and all the villages in Anambra State, he cannot identify people who will give intelligence report on how to track these criminals. He has already said that these people are well known to him and to the people of Anambra State because they are not unknown, they are known people. It's not enough for the governor to say this is known. After saying who is known, why are you leaving them to be perambulating and walking free? Killing innocent souls. Or must we allow people to be killed before we provide solution? Or we came up with a rescue mission? Must we allow innocent people to be sacrificed? So even though we started by saying that we applaud him, but we have to make it to be known to him and to those people in government that people have already lost lives and property and their assets. And no amount of money can recall human life. There is no amount of money you pay somebody for damage, irreparable damage done on households. But this is not the day for blame game. This is not the day for passing blame, for pointing accusing fingers. This is the day to look at the situation and brand and going forward what we should do. Solution, because this platform is driven by solution. What should we do? And what we should do is that every Anambarian, every true Igbo son and a daughter be part of the quest to secure an Igbo. The security of Allah is a collective responsibility of every one of us. Though some of us might not have gone, but we have access to information. Now, Soludo government has given out call number 5311 5111. In case of emergency, call this number. But you know, over the years, people have lost confidence with government. I'm telling you, Chinedu, people no longer believe that government is their friends, not to talk of police. People for now, while I wait for further questions.
Thank you very much, Ndubisi. You've made a very wonderful, brief analysis of the situation in Anambra State. We are living in Anambra State, so we are giving you first-hand information on this platform. We are here to serve the people with the right, undiluted truth, with the right informations and undiluted truth. Okay, let us quickly take the first caller for tonight, coming in from every time she is always the first to call. Good evening to you. This is BVI Channel 1, and you are live on Matters Arising.
Yeah, my name remains in Kiruka. At the center, I'm greeting to everybody who is hearing my voice. Yeah, I'm calling right now from Umpo. The question whether our professor Soludo Wambafo can he win the battle? The answer is no, capital no.
Really?
Yeah, he can never. Yeah,
How?
he can never.
Why did you say so?
The reason is this. Number one, can he try himself first? He can never find that he trusted himself as a governor. Because the time he came on board as a governor, all his campaign something, he done nothing. And if you want to get something, the only thing you have to do is what? To humble yourself down. Carry everybody along. The way you carry people along, I'm just telling you, I didn't mean that when he came on board, that he's doing the right thing. You see, people will be giving him information, all the information. This thing will not escalate like this. Everybody knew. Is it because they kidnapped one of them last time? Or because they started kidnapping reverend sisters and reverend fathers? He can never win the battle. If he can win, because in the first place, he did not even try to associate with anybody. If you are not an academician, you can never near him at all. And he's nothing people. Everybody, Mr. Knows all. He's going nowhere. If you want to get all those things, very well, he had to mandate anybody that is representing his constituency. Our meeting. It's another apple. Since you want to get something, you have to bend down to the grassroots. You call parent meeting. You call a youth meeting. You call town meeting, a round table, so that you will find out what is the cause of all the whole things. He's a governor. He cannot come out on Monday without escort. He can never. Now, both police and everything is obeying Monday sitter. So, but last time, he forced people, you must come out, and we see what's happened during that time. He can never, until He knew the cause of all those things. He moved down to the grassroots, call youth, tender apology. Let me tell you, in any government something, if government is doing the normal thing, you see those people that even refuse to pay their prices. They will pay their prices because they are seeing what all their money, that's all the money they are paying is very, very useful. So you can make, and the Soludo and many governors, they have so many cabals. They are not sincere to themselves. They are not sincere. They have started to see, he kept quiet. What is Operation Udog in Anambra State? We need peace, but let him do the needful. Let him do the needful. He should stop neglecting people. He can never win it. Manakachukumera Anambra State, I still remain Anthony and Kiroga.
Thank you, Antonia, for your commentary. But I must say the truth is that Soludo, I know from what she said, where she's coming up from, especially on the angle of Ezo Anyagwanam, that's the professor, governor, is all-knowing. That is the angle that she's coming from, that he should step down from his high horse and interact with the locals and be accessible so that he will be getting info, win the love of the people, win the confidence of the people, stay at par with the people. Then all of this information that is needed will be made available. That is from the point of view where she's coming from and saying that he can never win the battle. Not that she's wishing Soludo bad, so that you don't misunderstand that. I believe those of you who understand that will agree with me in this my position. I don't know if Ndubisi is there to chip in one or two things to what she has said. But meanwhile, let us quickly grab some of the comment we have here already. Chidebere Nwosu, he said, "Good evening, my dear brother. You're watching from South Africa. We appreciate you." And Jennifer Ezenwa, if I'm not mistaken, Ezema, or Ezema. Jennifer, we thank you for watching. He said, let's hope they do what they say. And that is the point where we are. I think Ndubisi is there already. Let's have his own point of view with respect to what the last caller just said. Regarding Soludo's high horse, as she insinuated, from my own point of view, what I understood from what she said, that Soludo cannot win the war since he is Ezo Anyagwanam. Let me not put it that way. What's your response to that? Do you agree with her? Ndubisi, are you there?
Well, Chinedu, I don't blame the people. Neither do I. Yes, I'm here. Chinedu, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Go on. We can hear you.
Yes, I say that the people. Neither do I blame the last speaker, Nkiru. I don't blame her. That's her personal view. But for her to say that he cannot win the war, she's being categorical, as if to say, I do not agree with her. The business of governance is a complex one. It is not easy, even though some of us on the other side are criticizing people in government, but I do not see myself as in being a saint or angel, that if I go in there, I will do magic, to the extent that I understand that there is a process to achieve anything. I will hold Professor Soludo accountable and I will criticize him where he erred. But when this security Udogachi was launched,
Okay.
In that crime will be eradicated.
Eradicated. Okay. Ndubisi, just hung in there. Let us take another caller and get his own opinion. We are live on Matters Arising. This is BVI Channel 1. You can tell us your name and where you are calling us from, please. Please be audible and brief, straight on point.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go on. Be audible a little bit, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My opinion for what the security in Anambra.
You first your name and where you're calling from. Sorry.
My name is Chinonso. I call from United Kingdom.
All right, go ahead, Chinonso.
I somehow try to believe. I try to agree with the last caller. He said of what Soludo tried to do before the election. Soludo promised a lot of things. That this will take Agro out of the road and the more. Now, if you come to Anambra State, we have more Agro than even usual before, and they even destroyed more people than usual before. If you want to fight for security, you have to carry everybody along. Soludo create more trouble. Soludo create more trouble in Anambra State. If you look at this LSO2, you will see what is going on there. Insecurity in Aba is more even dangerous in Aba, but now insecurity is just going. Nothing is going, everything is going in order in Aba State. All this Ambugwa, that area. Why all those things is coming back to Anambra State? Because Soludo will say this and do that. You have to bring everybody along before you make any insecurity. Everybody have to tackle insecurity. First, start from what you promise. Now he asking, okay, he bringing the normal, like all these native doctors, they should let this and do that and do this without. Why can't you tackle about all those people that are selling fake drugs, fake drinks? All the youth are doing rituals, coming online, doing yahoos. Why can't you put a strong law in Anambra State to tackle those ones? Let them not put. Now, what I'm saying is, they will fish out all these small, that don't know what they are thinking and their target. They fish off all the small, but may they not bring war to Anambra State, please. But they know how to handle the insecurity in Anambra State. So we don't have to carry everybody along. That's why I suggest they should just take them easy. Stop fighting just one face war. Let we just bring everybody. We just have the round table. Everybody contribute how we can go insecurity in Anambra State. Everybody. It's not only one side of people. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Our brother that called in from United Kingdom. Ndubisi, back again to you. You are saying something when the caller called in.
Hello, Chinendo.
Go on.
All right. As expected, there seemed to be mistrust in government policies and government program. And over the years, the past 30 months or 33 months, a lot have been expected from Soludo, Professor Soludo. Soludo came into government with higher expectation. He has high expectation from the people, from the mighty and low, across the board, including my humble self. But 6 months down the line, I wrote him that I was, as a person, disappointed with his administration. But do Soludo care? No, he doesn't care, because he is staying in very high place, distant from the people. Soludo, as a person, as a professor, does not connect with the people. I made that point quite clear to our viewers. It's not like I am Soludo person. I have since been disappointed with his program, and he's not even interested. He doesn't care whether you're like disappointed or not. When it comes on the conference or seminar or presentation, you will go there to ICC and speak big grammar. People like us will not come close to that place. So, but from a distance, I'm only saying that we have a situation. We have a insecurity situation in state, and we at every point in time have one governor, and the sitting governor is Professor Charles Soludo. And there was a public outcry for governor's intervention. Now he has intervened by setting up Udog Achi. It's left for us to support him. The number, the security number is already at public domain. Let us have the number. Let us distribute the number. Let us give our number in all the platforms, including our brothers in diaspora and those at home. Then, going forward, if there is any insecurity case, we will come here and report and say this Udog Achi has failed. Even though some people are expected them to fail because the right thing is not done from the beginning. Starting from passage of the law, the public were not carried along. Just one day, they passed the bill and Soludo signed it into law. Good enough. Let's believe that he knows what he's doing. Let us not predict that this is the outcome of what will come, or let us not assume. So far, that is my
All
personal
right, thank you.
opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, you've made a very valid point, and I will appreciate that, and also appreciate those who are watching. Keep dropping your comment. We'll be taking it on from here. And if you call +23481045545, we are going to take your call as the program continues. All right. Now, talking about trust, NWBC made mention of trust. Trust is one big issue in Nigeria with respect to giving information regarding security situation. We're going to talk about that immediately after I take this call. Hello, good evening. This is BVI Channel 1. You are live on Matters Horizon. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Thank you. Happy New Year as well. As I continue, let me put my mouth in the discussion.
No problem. Go on.
A few days ago, I tried to do a rebuttal on, or rather, my perspective on this issue, but the time constraint, I have to run to somewhere. But opportunity call now. Let me say quickly a few things here. There's a lot of things to say, but in the first place, I'm not going to discourage any move that's made towards security in our land, because the issue is getting out of hand. It's completely out of hand right now. So any effort to cut down or to completely curb this issue is welcome. But at the same time, I will, kind of, take, or rather, infer from the previous speakers, even though I'm not going to say that he cannot, be able to accomplish his mission. My thing is
Soludo is listening. He needs to get everybody on board. We also know that our reputation launch agony chamber now Udog Achi Ada a force Ada I believe I could tell and a force. Anyway, Gaba Batu Daddy and as you know, if on every Fonanya neighbor Africa who don't have it. So I give with a Tagoli Fonanya. I'm part of you with a Fonanya. Is you regarding even Makanima Biana tag. You may not can blame some individuals, as I heard him clearly blaming Simon Eba. Meanwhile, like I went in on the radio, Kita Nanya BC. No, if I were Biafra land, and I found my name of ya. Nachon de Fulani, of course, when I honorable man. I have was Fulani, I can actually wait. In fact, I attracted 9 ACB teacher. Okay, so, Nkabolia. So, I'm on Soludo to solve this problem. Okay, we got on your opponent. We only work all day. Where be doing that? If we home, for the picture issue, but from the other family, we see even in a near man at the same time. Those showcases are from the necessary, from here, some missing things there. One of them, Amaronia Nikibobia. They need to be transparent in all these things. Okay? So I say when you and the Bendy kidnappers now there in a JT if we see where processes they're supposed to have emergency court hearing for that individual. When you salon Makana, if we have a endless cycle of violence, barbarism, you know. Every rana kubu address emechanova no brother for nyambe. So I question my court system. The Mongoli imagine court system making the banya before I could even in it. And now I independent biafo. They were transparent. Ego see any baby. Nangat over ni fembe. My comedy for one evidence I go slide. Now that video a mask. They not behind when you go see mask. Book a mask. So that guy is malo. No mask with that and mask enough. It's not enough to justify their actions. So I got it transparent in here. And they get got on board. Yeah, be fair where you know, this is the way I feel. And I can't appreciate it because no something like that, no run the program. But Soludo, I can acquire a female, come on. I with so many things. I get me. And they need the training. My Cameron is a launch here on the 18th. On the 20th, I could go back on. I have going to be I'm going to chamber one. Okay? And the agony chamber need no panel weapon and web presentation. On your lead. The distance, like that man, who need to run the matter. You know, you're clearly blue sea, but I can call a bone of our bag on a chamber. Oporo case here, me. I want to have need the training. Fast seek here. Can do my case here, law enforcement, the security trainer, guy from we give they're witching it.
Dalo, thank you very much for your opinion. You made some very critical points there, which we are going to highlight on the course of this program. One is the issue of transparency, which is very important, and as well training. These are the two very important statements you made, which we should look into as well. I think for this to succeed, there should be a high level of transparency, because we've seen this grandstanding kind of operation that went south because of lack of transparency. Okay, we remember during the time criminality was ravaging the southeast, particularly Anambra State. Bakassi boys were introduced. And because of lack of transparency at that time, boom, it went south. We started hearing of killing, assassination, witch hunting, and the rest of them. We wouldn't want this one to be the same. We want this one to go the same line. Just like the last caller, Obidio Obienu, who made the last commentary, said that the people who are enforcing this operation must be transparent enough, and the government should set up and hasten the justice process so that whoever that is arrested should not be summarily killed. I don't see where it happens anyway, because killing them summarily without due process of law will escalate the problem, will not solve the problem. Because getting useful information and showing to the public to a good extent, this is whom and the people behind so kind of crime, and this is the process that have been taken through the court, and they've been found guilty and charged properly. Okay, I know that some kind of criminality in Africa, especially in Nigeria, people, even the general public, will say no. Once you get them, kill them, because when they realize that they can go through long process, enjoy the procedure, the slow procedure of what do you call it, justice system, buying time and seeing how they can sneak through any loophole to escape justice. That's why people are losing patience in tackling this, and I think the government is also very aware of this, and that's what we're saying is to balance it, transparency, justice that will be swift. And giving a swift justice will give justice to both the victim and the culprit. Okay? So there will be expedite action in giving them what they deserve. It is in the hand of the governor. Once they are caught, sentence them to death, execute them, and sign it immediately. With that, I think it happened somewhere in Africa, I think in Congo. And they close their eyes with the outcry and everything, and you can see sanity is beginning to come back into their society. Okay, it is really very difficult to do, but if that is what it will take, the bottom line is let there be transparency. Okay, so that people will not cash into, there are mischievous people who will cash into this to witch hunt their enemies, to witch hunt their political opponent, to witch hunt even their business rivals. Atụ onye nwe aka na ọkụginapa ka ọ bụ. He made investigation. Ikulukugbuo, kwalụ ụlọ kwatue, and at the end of the day, it is not true. Okay, so that is exactly what the last caller is trying to address by encouraging transparency, and we agree to it to this extent. And also training is also important. Training is also important so that the men of the operation will be able to conduct themselves in the most civil manner while they discharge their duty without looking back. Okay, by standing their ground to discharge their duty, but act in the most civil way. These guys you're seeing must be trained and retrained. They should be, put through the process of understanding the civil aspect of their operation and not taking advantage of the situation and the responsibilities given to them to move outside the law guiding their operation. It is very important. Training is extremely important for these young men and women. I will appreciate them for making themselves available. And again, Nada Mama, I want to say this, and I want the government to hear me. These guys should be paid very well. You see, these people that have been, enlisted into the AVG operation, these people should be well paid. They should be well paid. Their children should be well taken care of. Their social need, the school for their children, the medical for their people, for their children, their families, their rents, all of these things, if you take care of them, the cankerworm of corruption that has eaten deep into the fabrics of the Nigerian security setup will not catch up with this one. I'm not just talking about that of Anambra State alone. I'm talking about the entire Southeast to start with, and the rest of Nigeria in general. Those who will be setting up their individual security setup. We have the regional one, the Yoruba setup, the Emotekun, and the rest of them. My take is that the people who are in charge of security should be properly paid and taken care of. That is why we see police on the road collecting 200 naira without shame at checkpoint. And that is why whenever there is Monday sit at home, you will not see them on the checkpoint, because there is nobody there to collect money from. The roads are deserted. There is nobody on the street for them to collect their usual kickback and kick front without even checking whether the person is a security threat. Once you hand them over 200 naira, in fact, now they have increased the price because dollar price have increased. So as you can see, they will even abandon their stations and their checkpoints on the days they were needed most. Why? Because their customers are not on the road. Who are the motorists? They are their customers, if I may say that. So because of that, you don't see their commitment coming out because it's all about the money. So that is why it is important. These people who are manning our security, those people who have brought themselves on the road, should be properly taken care so that they will not be like the police setup in Nigeria, especially in the Southeast, where checkpoints have turned into a mega business. Okay? So I want to categorically say this and employ the governor of Anambra State to put in a lot of money, pump in a lot of money, because this is the primary responsibility of every government, security. You must pump in a lot of money to pay these people. Look at the number of people out there. Plenty of people. These are men and families. They have wives and children. They have financial responsibilities in their home. So Soludo, in motivating them, you will pay them handsomely. Not just paying them how, take care of their social need. It is extremely very important if this operation must succeed. And this is the number to call anytime you have any case of insecurity and you want to make some report or call. So all of that is just what we're bringing to you tonight. And I thank God that so far so good, we've addressed this matter so well. And in case you still want to make your submission, you have an opinion different from what we've said so far, you can bring it on through the comment section. I'm quickly going to go through some of the commentaries again. If we have more comments, we're going to go through that. If we don't, we'll proceed. And we'll also admonish you, let the discussion continue. Have an open mind in all of this so that we'll be able to get this situation properly arrested. So as a way of wrapping up tonight, we'll be going back again for us to have a preview of what we've talked about so far, beginning from where we started for the benefit of those who just joined us. Let us begin with the first video of what it used to be before the launch of Operation Udog Achi. I'll be right back to conclude the program. Okay, this is me driving all the way from Akokwa, Imo State, into Anambra State through Uga. All right, and as you can see, The roads are clear. The work on the road is ongoing. Very, very few vehicular movement on the road because it is Monday. So I drove all the way down to Uga Junction. As you can see, there was no single police checkpoint or any police stopover anywhere. So entering Ezinifite towards Ibuku, the entire road is completely deserted of any police checkpoint. You can see on Mondays, these markets are completely shut down because of the fear of the known, which is the insecurity. All right, now we move all the way, drive straight down to Ibuku. All right, there is no single police checkpoint in this stretch of the road. Getting to Ibuku, there is a popular police checkpoint where you can see several tents they set up at the middle of the road for their normal business. You can see, coming to this place, I said to myself, definitely the police will be here because of the activity is heavy here. But getting to this place, looking through their tents, not even a single soul of a security personnel is stationed there, not even one of them. So everyone plying this road, to them, is a relief at this moment, knowing fully well that they can drive through this place without being held up in traffic caused by these police personnel. Okay? But the fear of insecurity grips. Now, driving through Nobi towards Adane River, that is a very dangerous place. This road is very dangerous and notorious for killing of people and victims of kidnap. Getting to this point towards Mpo, not even a single police checkpoint. Okay, I drove all the way through Mpo, Umoji, getting to the Mpo Junction, where you can visibly see some, vehicular movements and all of that. I decided to drive through the new pass. You can see all the gates are under lock and keys because it is Monday, sit at home. But why won't people be afraid, knowing fully well that even the police personnel, they are all sitting at home. Their business of checkpoint, we are stored. Now, I drove through towards Osamala. So, getting to this very place, the police, this is a police station, they have their own checkpoint right in front of the police station, but you can see even the police lock up their shop, lock up their station, in obedience to the sit at home. Then who am I? This is all about the local government I'm talking about, all right? Through this road, down to Samala, not even a single checkpoint that I met. Only one place that I saw, I must mention it, where they stationed some Navy officers. Honestly,
we are determined to fight criminality and ensure that Anambra becomes the safest state in Nigeria.
ABG! Who say man not there? They will know that man there. Don't worry.
We are coming. We are coming with determined and structured force. Even if we have to declare the place a war zone, we are coming with a war plan and we must defeat them. We must rid them of the place.
I like an oil. Happy Sunday to everybody. Everybody look at that one now. You see how getting all cast out local government area. Now I'm gonna buy the Operation Udog Achi. Now the security outfit Anambra State. I am here on the authority of the governor of Anambra State, Governor Charles Soludo. I never can I go see na ihe gọvanọ anyị kwuru ka a na-eme na gọvanọ anyị determine ịfụ na Anambra ga-adịrịrị mma na gọvanọ anyị kwuru na achọrọzi kidnapping, armed robbery, drug, mmadụ ikwu okwu ha drug, illicit drugs na ihe ndị ọzọ niile, ma ndị na-eme fake dibia, fake oke ite na all these things, ihe niile a na-achọrọzi ya na Anambra. And ofu ihe mee anyị ji nọrọ ebe a today bụ na unu n'anya ebe anyị nọ n'isi agụ, ụlọ ndị a unu ga-afụ ebe a, compound a bụ ebe ndị kidnappers na-ebi, ebe ha debere onye ha na ndị ha kidnapụrụ ekidnap. Ndị ọbụbụdo ga-achị enwetagokwanụ ụfọdụ n'ime ndị ahụ mara nkata ọjọọ na-eme kidnapping a, wee si n'aka ha chọpụta na ebe a bụ ebe a na-edebe ndị ha kidnap their victims. And dịka law Anambra State siri kwu na ebe ọbụla bụ ebe kidnappers na-eyuzu edebe their victims, na ebe ahụ abụrụgo property Anambra State, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme kidnapping, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme ihe dị na drugs, na onye ọbụla eji ụnụ ya eme ihe niile a iwu Anambra machiri, na the person have for free to go that property to Anambra State. So ebe a compound na-aba dịkọtara ọnụ, ụlọ na-aba dịkọtara ọnụ, this wall kewara ha, abụrụgo property Anambra State government, maka ihi na compound na-aba ka a nọ wee na-eme kidnapping, na-edebe ndị na-ekidnap ya. And dịka ndị ejidere ejide si kọwa, and dịka onye ofu n'ime ndị victims edebere ebe a si kọwa, na landlord nwe ụlọ ma na-eme ya bụ ihe, na landlord nwe ụlọ bịa wee na-eme ya. Ya bụ landlord anwe ha ka o si rịpọtụrụ igwe na-achị obodo, onwe ka o si rịpọtụrụ PG obodo, onwere ka o si rịpọtụrụ local gọọmenti chairman na ndị ọrụ ya, onwekwa ka o si rịpọtụrụ gọọmenti na gọvanọ Anambra State, nke kọnfam na ya bụ landlord ma ihe a na-eme and o kwetara na ya. So ihe niile gbasara ihe ga-eji prove ebe a na-eme kidnapping ha ncha zuru oke. And nnekwu anya na compound a ka afụkwuru mask a kịta, amongst other things enwetagoro before now. Ya bụ mask ha dofu ihe ndị ha ji ekpuchi iru ha wee na-eje ya bụ kidnapping n'ime ofu rooms dị ebe a ka afụkwara ya tata, in addition to other things enwetagoro enweta. And as I said earlier, na ụfọdụ ndị aka ha na ya bụ kidnapping na-enwetagokwa ha na ha nọ na custody already. So anyị bịara today dịka gọvanọ Anambra si nye ikike ka anyị bịa take ya possession of property Anambra State gọọmenti nwezi ebe a ndị nwe ya, maka ihe na ha ama ihe eji eme, maka ihe ụfọdụ n'ime ha dịs involved, ha forfeit go the properties to gọọmenti Anambra. Warning anyị na-enye ebe na Anambra State gọọmenti dị serious. Onye ọbụla n'ebe ọ nọ, ọ bụ ụlọ ka ị nwere, jisi ike kaba arụ na-echeki ndị tenancy gị ka edishọn na ihe tenancy gị na-eme. Ọ bụ na ihe tenancy gị na-eme edoro gị anya, a report to appropriate authorities. If you fail to report, achọpụtakwu ya ịma na aka gị dị na ya. Onye ọbụla mara onye bụ nepụ ya, mara ihe nepụ ya na-eme. And dịka gọvanọ anyị promise yesterday na inwe ike ịgbara Anambra State gọọmenti ama gbasara onye na-eme kidnapping, na-enwere ụgwọ a ga-enye gị, nke gọvanọ kwuru no depend na caliber and category of onye i mere na ga-ejidebe onye na-eme ihe ọjọọ. Onye i nyere useful information a ga-eji nweta ya, na onye ahụ nwere ihe nrite up to 5 million naira n'isi okwu onye ọbụla i nweta. So o nwerozi ihe stọpụrụ onye be anyị ọbụla inye information, including na information i nyere dị safe with us, na o nwero ka a ga-esi ama onye nyere the information na ọsọsọ anyị mgbe i nyere ga-ama. So anyị na-ayọ ndị Anambra biko, iwu bụ na udo ga-achị na Anambra, na operation udo ga-achị ka anyị nọ ya. And unu na-anyụ na-afụ na ndị ọrụ anyị gallant men of the agụ na-eche mba na ha dị ready, onye ọbụla adịgo prepared to the job. Anyị na-ayọ ndị Anambra, if you see something,
say something.
Thank you very much. If you have watched this far, I really appreciate you for joining us tonight on Matters Horizon. And Ndubisi is back again for us to conclude this program tonight. Ndubisi, let us quickly have your closing remark with respect to what we've had so far, the callers, your reaction, especially the one coming from Obidio Bienu with respect to transparency and training. I have also mentioned and added the importance of proper economic situation of the people who will be carrying out this operation. That is the payment, their remuneration, their allowances, their social benefit should be taken care of. All of that is what we talked about. In a nutshell, give us your closing remark with respect to all of this before we wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. As my closing remark, and in addition to what I previously said, and in support of what our callers have also contributed, I want to say that Soludo government, as well as Southeast East governors, and all our political leaders, including uh, the elites in our society, should look at the root cause of this insecurity. You know, when one is looking at kinetic approach to insecurity, we should also pay attention to non-kinetic approach. You know, government should consider giving amnesty to all these energetic young men and women who we have wasted over the years. We have been wasting them, killing them, as if to say some of them are animals. These guys, something brought about certain behavioral pattern. Government has to consider that and look at that. And as a note of conclusion, you know, government should create economic opportunities. Create economic opportunities. I've not seen government of Southeast thinking about building industrial village. Not Telugu. I don't think I've seen Mba talking about industrial village. I've not seen Soludo. Soludo has not considered building industrial village, even though he's a global personality. He has seen how such is done elsewhere. He is a professor of economics that knows how to create wealth and create economic opportunities for youth. Nobody is talking about the responsibility of government to create welfare. Welfare creation is the sole primary responsibility of government. So to that extent, government has failed woefully to create. In fact, government of southeastern part of Nigeria, I don't want to talk about other regions, so are among the first people that are killing the talents of these young people. Government over is not Soludo, it didn't start Soludo. But what I expect them to, as soon as you take over, is emergency. You declare state of emergency on economic opportunities and creating an event that will jumpstart the economy. Nobody should give excuses of Abuja or central government. Governors have a lot to do. I've not seen any of them creating farm settlements. It all took about 3 years to set up palm plantation everywhere in the east. I've not seen any governor creating settlement in all the local governments and invite expatriates or Nigerians in diaspora to come in with their fund and managerial expertise. I've not seen them packaging companies, industries, and partnering with well-meaning people manage. Government can do a lot to stabilize and promote and jumpstart the economy. But these days, they are all in it. It is their business. It is the business price sector. No. So my own contribution this night is that as we are tackling unemployment, tackling kidnappers, we should also consider the human resources we are wasting. That these guys, if well managed, and that the governors and all our areas, including ourselves, should together work together to see how we can develop our environment, because our environment is still veggie. Nothing has been done. In terms of industrialization, have not done anything. In terms of electricity generation, that has been handed over to state governors, Soludo has not even started on how to hand over, on how to take over electricity generation. Sorry, NEPA has taken large. Soludo has not even started taking over general transmission and distribution of electricity, which is what you need to kickstart the. But NEPA has already electricity. Yes, yes, it's back. Yeah, even don't NEPA. In fact, I'm using so connected to solar, not NEPA. Don't take NEPA that NEPA has brought light. This one is my son. Like I said,
Go on.
Another day we consider about the opportunities, all the wasted opportunities. And we are looking, the governors are looking at it to say it's not their business. Standby, my standby. So, next time we'll take time to discuss about the economic implication of this insecurity and the opportunities we are wasting. You know, is our political class wasted the resources of people, and they have lately done that. They have, of course, guided with themselves all sorts of security and all sorts of vigilante and all sorts of space fingers around them, leaving the ordinary people to fend for themselves. That is why graduates these days have 2 kids or 3 kids, graduate from university. Nobody cares to know whether they are securing up or not. Nobody thinks about minimum wage. Nobody thinks about the minimum wage, how much you are paying people in Nigeria. Nobody is thinking about. All what we are thinking about is kidnappers. Yes, to tackle kidnappers, but we should look at the root cause of this kidnapping, this Yahoo, and the other social vices. That is what we should be thinking of, not just providing none for the youth and paying them 50,000 naira or 40,000 naira, which will not take them. So it's done.
All right, thank you, Ndubisi. We have far want of time. Yeah, thank you for joining this evening. I appreciate you, and we have taken quite a lot of time for this program tonight, and we appreciate our callers, our viewers, our listeners, every one of you. You have made enormous contribution to this program tonight. We say thank you and hope you're going to join us again when we come back on Matters Horizon tomorrow. This is still me, Association Peters, the advocate for good governance, preaching this gospel for good governance to the people, to liberate them from the principalities and powers we call your political class. They are the demons in your government houses making your lives miserable. So until we embrace this truth that will set us free, there is no hope for us. But I believe since there is life, there is hope, and we'll continue preaching this gospel, and this campaign and crusade will continue spreading until everyone embrace this truth. And on that, I say good night to you. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now. The entire road is completely deserted of any police checkpoint. You can see on Mondays, these markets are completely shut down because of the fear of the known, which is the insecurity.
We are determined to fight criminality and ensure that Anambra becomes the safest state in Nigeria.
Hey, BG! Man not there. They will know that man there. Don't worry.
We are coming. We are coming with determined and structured force. Even if we have to declare the place a war zone, we are coming with a war plan and we must defeat them.
And only 9 on our Underworld, I guarantee men of the Aguna chamber, the hard ready. Only often I go to the part of the job. I am a young Anambra. If you see something, say something.